What's going on, everybody? This is the Oregon Football Report. I am your host, Will Ortner, and Dante Moore finally made his announcement. Was he going to go to the National Football League? Is he going to return back to the Oregon football team? We are going to dive into what his decision was and how important it was for the Oregon Ducks looking at the 2026 season. But before we do any of that, make sure that you come on in and subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 3K, but more importantly, as soon as there is breaking news surrounding the Oregon football team, you are going to want to see it. We are going to have it here first. Hit that sub button. You'll never miss out on another opportunity to catch breaking news when it comes to the Oregon football team, because we will have it. He's freaking back! I cannot believe Dante Moore decided to go on to ESPN to make his announcement and then announce that he was going to return. I thought for sure the minute that he announced he was going to make his official decision on ESPN that Dante Moore was going to the NFL draft. I thought there was no way that he could come back. I cannot believe that he's back at the University of Oregon. I mean, going into the day, everyone who asked me here at Chat Sports, it went back and forth. We all knew that he could possibly come back. We all knew that he could possibly go to the NFL draft. It very much felt like it was a 50-50 decision for Dante Moore, and he was just going to decide to go wherever it was best for him. And the fact that Dante Moore has decided to come back to the University of Oregon makes me believe more than ever in what Drew Maringer is going to do at that offensive coordinator position, but more importantly, what Dan Lanning is doing as the head coach. To be able to grab a player who's probably going to be the number 2 overall pick and convince him to come back to the University of Oregon, to risk everything to try and go win a national championship. That's the type of head coach that I want in my building. And this is the type of quarterback that I want as my QB1 in my franchise or in my university. When you look at Dante Moore's season this year, it was lights out fantastic. But the moments where he had his issues were when he was going up against stronger competition. So Moore looks at himself and understands, hey, I can beat up on the little guy, but I know that if I want to take that next jump, I need to beat up on the people that are just slightly ahead of us. I need to beat up on the Ohio States. I need to beat up on the Indianas, and Dante Moore can frickin' do that. 3,500 yards this season. His completion percentage is off the freaking charts. If he gets rid of some of those dumb, silly interception turnovers, Dante Moore will win a Heisman next year. Dante Moore will win a Heisman next year if he fixes those interception numbers. What does this mean for the Oregon football team? It means we are the damn favorite coming into the next year. We are going to be the national championship, national title favorites going into this season. And having a target on our back feels damn good. It feels damn good. Because this is the type of program that we always hoped Oregon could be. And it always has felt like that Oregon was more of a new blood. But now we are a blue blood type of a program, and Dante Moore has proved that. We're going to dive more into what is going on with Dante Moore and the quarterbacks that are already on the roster. But first, I need to let you know about the sponsor of today's video, and that, of course, is our good friends over at Prize Picks. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. Whether you're starting a new routine or making player picks for the first time, trying something new can be hard. But in life and on Prize Picks, it always feels good to be right. With high-pressure playoff matchups every weekend and elite hoops action almost every night, the action never stops, and Prize Picks lets you take control. New feature alert! Prize Picks now has early payouts. If your player gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. Find your community on Prize Picks with the new social feeds feature. You can share Prize Picks with your friends and copy lineups from winners with a single click. Copy lineups you like or use them as inspiration for your own picks. You can even follow Prize Picks partners like us and tail or fade our picks with just one click. I have a 2-pick power play for the action this weekend. Josh Allen, more on his rush plus receiving TDs. Puka Nacua, more on his rush plus receiving TDs. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. So here is what our roster is going to look like or at least what I believe it will be, from quarterback 1, 2, and of course 3. Dante Moore comes in unquestioned. He is going to be the number 1 quarterback. He is going to be the number 1 dude. He is going to be the favorite to get a Heisman. He is going to be the reason why the Ducks are going to be the favorite to win a national title. Now, Dylan Raiola is going to be a fascinating conversation, which we'll get into here in just a moment. But then I'll also dive into what's going on with Brock Thomas and kind of where he could be sitting at. Also smart to mention, Akili Smith Jr., obviously a fantastic freshman that came in to be a quarterback here. It just allows us more time to let him develop. All right, Raiola. Now, he is going to be in a competition, you could say, with Dante Moore, but he's really not. We had heard rumors that Dylan Raiola was willing to come to the University of Oregon because he was willing to take his red shirt. There was a reason why other quarterbacks like Sam Levitt, and Drew Mestemaker, and some of the others didn't necessarily really take a good hard look at Oregon, because they always felt like there was an opportunity or a chance that Dante Moore came back. Dylan Raiola, he didn't really care about Dante Moore coming back, because if Dante Moore did decide to come back to the University of Oregon, he knew that he had his redshirt year available. Dylan Raiola is also coming off of a severe injury to his lower leg, obviously coming away with a broken bone. This is going to give him time to not rush back to try and play. He can really take his time, rest, recover, and be the best version of himself that he can possibly be, because eventually the reins will be handed over to Raiola. Raiola will eventually become quarterback number 1, and it's important for all of us to remember that Raiola is going to do what Dante Moore did. He's going to sit for a year, he's going to learn the system, and then come in and be the best version of himself that he can be. And for a guy that had 18 touchdowns in 9 games with over a 72% completion percentage, I feel pretty damn good about him being ready to go when his time is eventually called. When we look at Brock Thomas, he obviously had the most amount of reps when it comes to that backup quarterback situation between him, Moga, and Novosad. He had clearly put himself in a position to where he was comfortable, and the staff was comfortable putting him out onto the field. I trust everything that Thomas has been able to do, but he will clearly be that third guy. Now, there is a question about how long will it take Raiola to recover? Will he miss some spring ball time? There's a chance that then maybe you will see Brock Thomas get some more reps at that 2 position. You might see him get more reps during spring ball, just because they want to make sure that they don't rush Raiola back. But Brock Thomas will now go from potentially being the backup, or most of this year where he really was the backup QB, he will end up being that third QB role, at least according to my predictions. Are you happy with Dante Moore's decision? Do you feel good about Dante Moore understanding where he was at in the process and understanding that it was best for him to come back to the University of Oregon? Now the University of Oregon has a real opportunity, a real strong opportunity to go to the national championship game and come away with a victory that has so long eluded us. Are you happy with Dante Moore's decision? Type Y for yes, type N for no down below in the comment section. This is why you subscribe to the channel. The minute that the news broke, the minute that it came from Dante Moore that he was going to come back to the University of Oregon, we had a video out on the channel. Then we filmed this longer video where we dove more in depth on what is happening for the Ducks and what will be happening for Dante Moore. Hit that subscribe button. We are going to keep you covered here on any breaking news that comes around the Oregon football team. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and SCO freaking Ducks!